All of us, we have challenges, we have obstacles that we need to overcome in our lives, but as we all know, it's not what happens to us in our lives, it's how we react to it, what we do with it. And today I want you to meet an individual who has overcome enormous challenges in his life, and he travels the world and helps people everywhere have better lives. And he has put together a system that is truly life-changing. And by way of video, I want you to meet the one and only Skip Archimedes.
Skip was a competitive gymnast who overcame serious illnesses, a coma, allergies, a family breakup, and depression to become a gymnastics champion. Then, during training, he experienced a living nightmare and broke his back. Doctors and specialists said he would never walk again. Unwilling to accept this fate, and inspired by Bruce Lee, he discovered forgotten secrets and used the power of his body, mind, and spirit to heal. 18 months later, he had returned to become the English acrobatics champion. He went on a worldwide quest to meet and work with international natural health experts to discover how to harness the miraculous abilities of the human body. Armed with these secrets and wisdom, he has worked with Sir Richard Branson, Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber, and is now a transformational coach to the rich and famous, an internationally acclaimed speaker, author, recognized expert on TV shows, in magazines and newspapers globally. Having trained thousands of people at his live events around the world, he has dedicated his life to helping people like you overcome physical, nutritional, emotional, and spiritual challenges. Imagine looking younger, feeling younger, and living a life of health, happiness, and vitality at any age. Discover how Skip can help you set yourself free and become the best you can by activating your mind, body, and spirit.
Hey everybody, this is David Avocado Wolf, and I want to encourage you to check out my friend Skip's Supercharged Your Life program. Okay?
Oh my God, it's such a pleasure to be here. One of the biggest things that we're missing in today's world at the moment is this human interaction. So please don't have this be one of these things where you're going to listen to like a podcast. What I'm going to be sharing with you today, I can tell you now, it has the power to not just be life-changing, but I can tell you now for some of you, it could be life-saving. Because you've heard the saying, you are what you eat and what you eat becomes you. And we're going to go through a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful journey. Otherwise, you could be, I know you could be walking around, you could be doing something else, and your focus is going everywhere, and you're only taking it in through one of your senses, which is going to be your ears. We want you to be able to absorb it through sight and through sound, and to know that you're going to be undisturbed for this, about the next 2 hours. So, if you guys are ready for a journey, put your hands up. Come on, come on, come on, get your hands up, let me see them. If you are ready to learn the truth around nutrition, how you can be empowered, really be empowered by what you put in your body, come on, show me your hands. Beautiful, beautiful. And you can give me a smile as well, you know, I'm a human being as well. Come on, give me a smile. Give me a friendly smile. Yes, we like that. Okay, so let this beautiful little journey begin. So at the end, I'm going to be giving away a free bonus at the end of this session. Now, some of you know that I get to coach some of the most amazing people who are their front runners in their fields of expertise, whether it comes to top athletes, top CEOs, celebrities, and I'll go through and I'll show you some of these people at the end. Now, they pay me a lot of money to go and coach them because I help them get the results. And here's what I've done. Every single one of those sessions that I've done for some of my high level clients, what I did after those sessions is I went and recorded what the golden nugget was within those coaching sessions, because it's great putting stuff in the body, but we've got to make sure that we focus on the mind as well, because you're going to understand, or hands up, show me by hands, show me hands, if you believe that we're a body, mind, and spirit. 100%. We're a body, mind, and spirit. And we want to make sure that we are fueling up all three and we get all three working in harmony so that you can start to go into these higher states of consciousness, not where most people are playing life at, which is in mass consciousness. We've got a chance now to really evolve. And one of my true heroes is Confucius. And one of his quotes is, he or she who masters himself becomes the almighty warrior. So at the end of this, I'm going to be giving away 50 E-class to world-class coaching sessions. Each one is between 7 and 14 minutes long, and you're going to get full lifetime access to it. And you can do one a day for 50 days, or you can do one a week for 50 weeks. And every time you do it, it's like sharpening your sword. It's like getting your mind sharper, your body sharper, your focus sharper, so you can start to get better results in life. So, by show of hands, who would like to get their hands on the 50 E-class world-class coaching sessions? Great. So here's what I'm going to be asking you to do. When we go through this presentation, to make sure that you are physically present in the moment, because the best gift that you can ever give yourself is to be present in the moment. And obviously, the more active you are, the more present you're going to be. And you've heard the saying, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. And we want to make sure that you are present, focused, alert, really making sure that you just get the best out of life. Look at this. Look, we've got people from all over. Beautiful. USA, UK, United Kingdom, Costa Rica, Zimbabwe, Leicester, all over the world. Beautiful. Good stuff. Okay, so also what I'm going to be doing at the end is I'm going to be taking away all the mystery around disease. We want to make sure that you understand the truth. Now, the first question is your food dead or alive? Now, how do we know? Well, first of all, look at the left plate. You know it's dead. It's colorless. It's going to drain the body of energy, but that's the stuff that most people get addicted to. We look at the right one, bright colors that the planet has made. Just type in the chat, what do you think you should start eating to nourish your body? Dead food or alive food? Type it in the chat. Let me know. Come on, quick. The reason why I'm doing this with you guys is because I want you to be alert. If I ask you a question, bam, you want to respond immediately. Beautiful. Live food. Absolutely. Alive. That is exactly what we want. Healthy eating. It can be super simple. It can be cheap, fast, when you know how. So comment in the chat what challenges you have when it comes to you making certain food choices. Type it in the chat. Let me know, what challenges do you have when it comes to your food? And look at all the challenges coming in. We see that there are many challenges. So what do we need to do? We've got to be able to connect to the truth. Someone's saying, I've got a sweet tooth. Someone's saying, yeah, I eat too much of it. I've got sweets and chocolate after food. Emotional eating. I'm a celiac. Yeah, so all of this planning. So there's all these challenges that are normal that come up for most people. So these are just common challenges. I don't know what to get. I emotionally eat. I don't plan ahead. I've got food allergies and stuff, and it's a problem. All of these, we're going to make sure that you understand the truth. Now, all of the ancient traditions that I've studied, there are ancient civilizations, and I'm talking about the Egyptians, the Aztecs, the Mayans, all of these ancient civilizations that were so far advanced. Now, what they would do is they would live off the land. They wouldn't be putting dead stuff in the body. They would be putting stuff in the body that was alive, bright, colorful, had the colors of the rainbow. You look at the food on the screen, it's got the colors of the rainbow in it. And the more you start to eat bright, colorful food, the more it's going to start to feed certain parts of your anatomy. Now, what they used to believe is that certain foods would correspond to a certain part of your anatomy, or would have a heating or cooling sensation on the body, or would have a masculine or a feminine context. So to give you an idea, let's say a man is being too feminine. There are certain foods that you could eat that would bring in a masculine energy. So let's say women are being too masculine. Then there are certain feminine foods that you could eat that can have you become more feminine. So that food really does become us on so many levels when it comes to energy. Now, type it in the chat. We all know that carrots, you've heard that carrots are good for what? Type it in the chat. What are carrots good for? You got it. They're good for your eyes. Now you look, what's interesting is if you take a carrot and you slice it straight down, it actually looks exactly like an eye. It's got the iris, it's got the radiating lines around it, it's got the whole circumference, And science now knows, all the good science out there now shows that you eat one good carrot a day, just one good carrot a day, you increase blood flow to your eyes by 25%. And remember what your blood does. Every time your heart beats, your blood is carrying oxygen, water, and nutrients, not food. Food is just a shuttle system to be able to get the nutrients in the food into your blood. So that's what we've got to make sure we get in. So, knowing that there are people out there who wear glasses, they have eye problems, hands up if you think it's good to start eating a carrot a day. Come on, let me see those hands up. Come on, because we want to start to get excited about good food, not dead food, not processed foods, not foods that are going to start to drain the body of energy. We want foods that have had the energy of the sun, the energy of the planet. They've weathered different seasons. And then we get those foods picked at the right time. We start to put that in the body. Game changer. So, next one. Tomatoes. Look at this vibrant color. Beautiful, vibrant color. Now, does anybody know what tomatoes can resemble within your body? What can tomatoes resemble? Come on, type it in the chat, type it in the chat. Well, tomatoes have 4 chambers. They've got an equidistant cross in it. And what else has that in your body? Yes, your heart. And tomatoes contain lycopene. And we know that we literally have some good tomatoes and it's feeding the body. Now, what's interesting is I've known people who've gone to doctors and they said, oh, no, you've got heart problems, but do not have tomatoes. And it's the opposite of how all these ancient civilizations used to literally feed their people. And unfortunately, we know that doctors, they're not interested in your lifestyle. They're interested in giving you a certain chemical or a drug. Thank God the change is now happening because they study illness, whereas someone like me will study health. And let's just understand that if you want to be rich, are you going to go and study poor people? No. So if you want to be healthy, why would you go and study illness? Doesn't make any sense. We want to study wellness. That's the difference here. So we've got to have a bit of a change in our focus. So walnuts, and I'm just going to go through a few of these because walnuts, beautiful, really good. We need to get some good fats in the body. And by the way, I want to show you how eating the right fats can start to burn fat from the body. Don't look at fat in food and compare it to fat in the body. I want to teach you later why certain people can't get rid of certain fat. They might have got rid of most of it, but that last little bit around the tummy, and they say, oh, I can't get rid of it. I want to teach you why. And we're going to get the body and the mind back in alignment so that you never have to suffer breaking down because you're going to start to feed the body what it needs. Health is your birthright. Now, what do walnuts remind you of? What have they got? They've got a shell. Look at your skull. It's a shell. What's inside the skull? Your brain. And look at this, look. Look at the similarity there between your brain and walnuts. And what they're now saying is that you eat a handful of walnuts, just a week, a few like walnuts every single day. A lot of these brain problems that people are starting to experience where senile dementia and Alzheimer's and a lot of this stuff, a lot of it is because the right stuff isn't getting up to the brain. And what's starting to cross the blood-brain barrier, whereas the only thing that should cross the blood-brain barrier is water, but what they're now realizing is that there are certain things out there like sweeteners. Now, please listen to this, because there are sweeteners that are out there now, things like aspartame and things like that, where you think, oh, I'm not going to have the sugar, I'm going to have the sweetener. A sweetener is more synthetic than the sugar. Now, these synthetic sweeteners, what we've now realized is that they can cross the blood-brain barrier. Very, very toxic, very, very dangerous. So what we need to make sure we do is we need to make sure that we're at least not putting toxic stuff in the body. Number one, please write this down. Please write this down now. I must stop the poisoning. It's essential. We've got to make sure that we stop the poisoning. And we're going to understand what types of things we're poisoning the body with. And we're poisoning it with what? Processed stuff. Stuff that's going to create acid in the body, and the acid is going to break you down. We're going to understand this in a minute. So we need to understand that we want live foods. Foods that our unbelievable planet has made for us. Not putting something in the body that's now going to drain the body of energy. So what we now realized is that you have these sweeteners and they're starting to cross the blood-brain barrier. And a lot of these problems up in the brains, we just call them all like brain cancers. Because in my world, there's wellness and there's illness. So let's just say that you've got an illness up in the brain. If you stop the poisoning and you start to feed the body what it needs, watch what starts to happen to the body. It's phenomenal. The force of life is so powerful, and it's happening in you right now. It's making your heart beat every 3 seconds. Every single one of us, even if you can just understand this, we all have about 50,000 cells die every 3 seconds. And you're like, well, Skip, that's really motivational. Thank you very much for that. Well, what's cool about that is that every 3 seconds you get 50,000 new cells emerge. So you're regenerating all the time. But if you regenerate on processed stuff, if you regenerate on animal products, all that stuff that's going to create acid in the body, what's going to happen is this is where the aging comes in. This is where the aches and the pains come in. And people say, well, hang on a minute, Skip. Is that not part of like aging? I'm like, no, that's part of getting toxic. We stop the poisoning and just watch the magic of life begin. So look at this. We're talking about the magic of life, really understanding the full magic of life. Avocados, such a beautiful fruit. Most people think it's a vegetable, but no, it's a fruit. Why? Because it's got a seed. All fruits have seeds in. Now, what we need to make sure we understand is that there are really good healthy fats that you want to get in the body. Obviously, like saturated fats that come from animal products, not good. Saturated fats that come from nature, really good. Look at coconut, high in fat, avocados, 100% fat. But these are the fats that you put in and they start to burn the other fat away. So what does an avocado look like? What does it resemble? Well, it to me kind of looks like a baby in the uterus. And what's interesting about this is it takes 9 months from seed to ripen fruit. Isn't that interesting? So avocados are known to balance out the hormones and help to prevent cervical cancer. And we now know that if you're pregnant or you know someone who's pregnant, you start to give them some good healthy avocados, a lot of the health problems that the problems that people experience when they get pregnant, they disappear because you're now going to feed the body what it needs. Most people are not feeding the body what it needs. What they're doing is they're feeding the body something toxic, something that is made in a factory. We've got to make sure that we don't want stuff that's made in a factory. What we want is life force energy. Now, celery, here's another great one. Beautiful. I mean, look at this lifelet. Now, what does this remind you of? Type it in the chat. What does it remind you of? Within your body. What do you think celery represents? Well, we used to think that celery was just fiber and water. And what's interesting, what we know nowadays is that celery contains over 9,000 phytolytical components, which celery has 23% sodium. What in your body has 23% sodium? Come on, type it in the chat. Let me know. Yes, you got it. Bones. Super interesting. Now, if you want to have strong bones, start eating celery. But what have we been brainwashed with? Oh, got to drink milk. Get milk in. Milk's going to give you strong bones. Well, please listen to this. Now proven scientifically, the people on planet Earth who have the weakest bones on the planet, listen to this, are people who consume dairy. And you're like, hang on a minute, Skip, that doesn't make sense. Dairy, let's say cow's milk, contains calcium. Yes, it does. But listen to this. Cow's milk contains calcium, but when you put it in the body, what it does is it creates lactic acid. Your body can't have lactic acid going through the blood, because otherwise what's going to happen is every time your heart beats, if there's acid in your blood, every time your heart beats, you're going to put that acid around that whole body. If you pour acid on metal, you know what it does? It burns a hole straight through it. You do not want to have this acid going through your body. So what does it do? You put in 1 part calcium in the body, and that's how they get away with the marketing. But here's what happens. It drains the body of 3 parts calcium in it. Guess where it leaches it from? You got it. It leaches it from your bones. Can you hear what I'm saying here? Guys, we have been lied to. We've been totally lied to. And by the way, it's not even humane to go and just get milk from an animal. It's not humane at all. If it was, this would be normal. Imagine, and now what I'm going to say, I apologize for some people before I say what I say, but I'm saying this to make a point because I want you to understand how inhumane this is. What's normal when someone's pregnant is the mother will produce milk for its baby. There's no other animal on the planet that cross-breeds when it comes to milk. No one takes milk from another animal. No one. So why the hell would we? Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Think about this. Let's say 500 years ago, we're on planet Earth, and I've taken you guys for a walk out in nature, and we're having a walk out in nature, and it's hot, and you're like, oh my God, Skip, I'm so thirsty. And I say, that's all right. Look over there, look. There's some cows over there. Why don't we get down on our knees, go over there, and we start sucking on those cows? It doesn't make sense. It's ridiculous. And not only that, they keep these cows impregnated all months of the year. It's crazy, 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 crazy. Impregnated cows 12 months of the year. They're artificially inseminating these cows, and they're literally just used to produce milk. Nowadays, the best thing you can do, and please write this down now, switch your dairy milk for a plant milk. You can get coconut milk, almond milk, oat milk, rice milk. There are so many milks out there. You want to know how to do it yourself? You just take a bunch of almonds. You could take some, anything that you like as it could be sweet. It could be like some dates. You put them in there. You put some water in it. Blend it all up together. Squeeze it through a nut milk bag. It's just like a cloth type thing, like a juice bag. Bang, instant milk. Instant. And it's alive. It's going to serve the body. It's not going to put acid in the body in the way that this cow's milk do. And they're just raping these cows all the time. And when the cows do get pregnant, they just take the baby calves away from them. And please don't, tell me that animals don't have emotions. They have emotions like us. They have families like us. And they deserve the right to live as much as us. And I never thought I'd be saying this because there was a time when I lived on cow's milk and I was raised on cow's milk and I had lots of skin problems and I literally cut dairy out and all of a sudden, my skin just started to clear up. So it's so important to make sure that you're not going to keep putting acid in the body and you're not going to go and steal milk from another animal. Could you imagine if you saw a human just like sucking under a cow? It's ridiculous. But if you drink cow's milk, next time you drink cow's milk, be thinking, okay, oh yeah, I'm sucking on a cow. You might not be doing it physically, but you might as well be because you end up with the same product in your body. And that product does not serve your cells in your body. I'm sorry to be graphic, but the more graphic I can be, the more powerful the message is going to go in. So remember, my only wish here is to make sure that I serve you well. So some of this is not the best news that you want to hear, but you got to understand this truth that they spray, like the chemicals that they spray, they're toxic. And what I truly believe is they are the silent killers. So what do we need to do? You've at least got to make sure that you clean your food. How do you clean it? You can get like a vegetable glycerine. You can get like some apple cider vinegar. Please, please, please if you're not buying fresh food from a local farmer, that's what I highly recommend, support your local farmers. A lot of these farmers now, they'll do like delivery boxes with fresh fruits and vegetables in them, and you're getting different food. It's not having to travel from one country to another using chemicals. There are ways of taking a food that's grown in another country and to bring it in our country, but the way that they're doing it for the supermarkets, you walk in a supermarket, what have you got? The same food 12 months of the year. Nature doesn't work like that. Nature works in seasons. And if we start to work in seasons, then all of a sudden we get back in alignment with that truth. So these pesticides, all these chemicals are like herbicides, pesticides, fungicides. Notice that everything ends in sides. What else ends in sides? Homicides and suicides. Just remember, this is all the stuff that's literally going to start to slowly break you down and slowly kill you without you even knowing. I mean, if you look at the bottom picture, the bottom right picture, why have they got masks on? Why do they use planes and stuff? Why do, when anytime something's being sprayed, they're totally covered up, but yet we'll go and eat it? It doesn't make sense. And not only that, all these chemicals that they're spraying on the land, it's just screwing up the land in a major, major way. Now, what we need to understand is that there are certain things that happen to us in life, what create acid in the body. Now, when there's acid, when we're acidic, there's sickness. What types of things? We're talking acidic foods, drinks, negative emotions, stress. All of those things are going to produce acid in the body. What we want is we want to be alkaline. When you can get alkaline water, alkaline foods. We're talking about positive emotions. We're talking about healthy activities. Now, comment in the chat and please be honest. Let me know what types of things make you acidic. Let me know. Type it in the chat. Let me know. Processed foods, meat, fried foods, meat and cheese, coffee. Okay, you're getting alcohol. Overtraining. If absolutely, you can create lactic acid in the body. No doubt about it. But the right amount of training, the right type of, sugar. And sugar is one of the biggest ones that's out there now. So the reason why we've got to understand this, why, is because you've got to learn how to resist the temptation. Because otherwise what's going to happen is you're going to start to eat for an emotional reason instead of a nutritional reason. Hands up, by show of hands up if you've been in a situation where you've not felt good and you've gone and reached for junk food or junk drink. Come on, hands up. Come on, who's fed an emotion? Come on, be honest. Yeah, everyone at some point, including me. Now, the challenge is, if you go and feed an emotion, guess what? You're not nourishing the cells in your body. You're made of anything from 50 to 100 trillion cells. Type it in the chat now. What do you want to start eating? Do you want to start eating for emotional reasons or nutritional reasons? Type it in the chat. Let me know. You want to start eating for emotional reasons or nutritional reasons? Type it in the chat. Wow, come on, Razan. Just an N? That's lazy. Come on. Yeah, nutritional. Okay, you guys get it. Yeah, nutritional. Beautiful, beautiful, cool. Beautiful, yes. Nutritional reasons. Has to be for nutritional reasons. Now, here's what's going to happen. Your brains will go, oh yeah, but I'm drawn to the sugary stuff. I'm drawn to the salty stuff. I'm drawn to the fried stuff. I'm drawn to all the stuff that gives me that instant satisfaction. The challenge with that is, what you want to be doing is making sure that what you consume today helps to create a better you tomorrow. Hands up, this makes sense. Good. But the challenge is, are you going to change your habits? Because what we're dealing with now is breaking habits. Hands up if you're up for seriously breaking some habits to really start to feed the body well. Awesome. Because then you win. You have better thinking. You got more clarity. You'll have more energy. Your immune system's going to go up. Especially what's going on with our chapter at the moment, the number one thing that you need to be focused on is boosting up your immunity. So that when you boost up your immunity, guess what? If there's an infection, if there's a virus, if there's an illness going around, guess what? It's not even going to knock you down. Because your immunity is going to be so high that it comes in and your body goes and deals with it. The challenge with most people at the moment, if you eat dead foods, one, you start to feel and look dead. But then you can't weather different seasons of life. And I see it with all my top clients. One of the biggest challenges, as soon as I get them shifted onto a plant-powered diet, they do it for a certain time period. Then the temptation comes in, they're stressed or they're just tired. And the temptation's there. It could be the cakes, the biscuits, the whatever. And they go and take it. And then all of a sudden, they're feeling lousy after. You might feel good. Hands up if you've had it, where you've gone and eaten that chocolate, the ice cream, the biscuit, the whatever it might be, the junk food, the junk drink, and you feel good in the moment, but then after you feel lousy. Hands up who's ever had that happen. Yeah, everyone. Because you cannot feel good on that junk stuff. So type in the chat, where do you want to be? Do you want to be acidic or alkaline? Type it in the chat. Where do you think we want the pH in your blood to be? Acidic or alkaline? Type it in the chat. Beautiful. Alkaline. Beautiful. Yes, alkaline. 100%. Now, hands up if you'd like more energy in life. By show of hands. Perfect. Now, how does this work? Think about Duracell batteries, Energizer batteries. Why do they last 7 times longer? Anyone know? Because they're alkaline. You go and look at, let's say that we're looking at batteries where all the energy's gone. Do you see what comes out of the batteries? Anyone? The battery acid. You literally, like when the battery's dead, what you start to see come out is that acid. It's that acid that's being released inside most people's bodies, and they get acid on the joints, and they start to get arthritis, and they start to feel these aches and pains. All it's showing is that the body is acidic. So we need to get alkaline. This is fundamental. We've got to make sure that the body's alkaline. Otherwise, it's going to break down like most people. And we do not want to be breaking down. You look on the screen. It's such a simple thing to understand. And if you want to test your pH levels, what you can do is you can order online. Just go and Google pH strips. And you get these little strips. You basically pee on them, or you put them under your tongue, and they will come up a certain color. What you want is you want to be around 7.4. Write that number down. You want to be around 7.4. You can do a little test. It's not as good as doing a blood test, or not as good as doing a frequency test where we can test your DNA. But what we want to make sure is that you roughly know whether you're going to be acidic or alkaline. And as I say, they're cheap as chips. They cost nothing. You order them online, and you, as I say, you pee on it, you put it on your tongue, and you compare the color to a color graph similar to what you see on the screen. And it's really worth doing that. Just getting yourself some pH strips. So the challenge with this is, now please listen to what I'm about to say, because when I heard this, I couldn't believe it. I was like, nah, this cannot be true. It can't be true, surely. This is what's happened. If you look at, so basically our food only contains 5 to 20% of the value compared to 100 years ago. Now, if you look at the left picture, it's very degraded soil. All the red, that's where they farm. All the orange, degraded soil. Not a lot of stable soil left around the world. Now, what's happened is we've drained the minerals in the soils, and all the good nutrients that would be in the soils is not there anymore. So basically what's happened is, because of the fast crop rotation, because of all the acid rain and the herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, all this stuff that they're spraying on the land, and they're not letting the land breathe, they're just basically raping the land. What's happened is, if I come back to this and show you this, you'll see that in America, and by the way, these stats were done when they did the Earth Summit report back in the 90s. So we're talking 30 years ago. They haven't even done another test on the soil. And just type this in: with more people being on the planet, more people competing for the same resources, do you think it's got better or worse? Just type it in the chat. Do you think it's got better or worse? Exactly. Of course, it's worse. So in North America, they've drained it by 85%. South America, about 76%. Asia, about 76%. Africa, about 74%. Europe, about 72%. Australia, about 55%. So this is the soil mineral depletion in the last 100 years, and it's getting worse. So if we now know that our food, read that top line, our food only contains 5 to 20% of the value compared to 100 years ago, how do we start to thrive instead of survive? Because you look at a lot of people, they're alive, but they're almost like walking zombies. And a lot of it is because of their lifestyle. So I don't want to put people down, but what I want to say is that there's a difference between surviving and thriving. So what do you want to do? Do you want to thrive, or do you want to just survive? Type that in the chat, because you got to decide. And if you don't decide consciously, I can tell you now, you're probably just buying into a lifestyle where you're just surviving, and you haven't tapped into more of your power. You haven't tapped into more of this amazing life force energy that all of us can tap into. We're talking about the mineral depletion in the soil. And one of my heroes, I'll show you a picture of him later, a guy called Dr. Linus Paulin, a 2 times Nobel Prize winning scientist. And he says that you can trace every disease, every sickness, and every ailment to a mineral deficiency. Minerals can't be created in the body. They have to be obtained from plant food. It's essential. The body cannot thrive without them. You can survive. It's not what we want. So what do we do? If we know that a lot of the food, and by the way, this is what I'm not saying is you've got to make sure that you still eat live foods. Why? Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, those types of things. Because they contain live waters. They're still containing the energy of the sun. They still weather different seasons. So it means that if you're putting a dead food in the body, like processed food, an animal product, something that is not alive, you're going to put oxidative stress in the body. So what I found was when I started to travel the world and I started to go to like remote locations where we take people, say to the Amazon, and we started to, you know, I'd come out of there and I'd realize that there were these places out in Peru and they, you know, these marketplaces, and they would have all these powders. I'm like, what is this stuff? And they were like, oh, superfoods. And I'm like, a superfood? What's a superfood? A superfood can contain 100, 200%, 300% more nutritional value than normal foods. So when I started to understand this, I got really excited. Now, the challenge is now that a lot of the superfoods that you see out there in the shops, guess what? They've fallen into the same traps as food, and they just start the same thing, fast crop rotation, using chemicals. And even in certain countries, you can use chemicals and still get the organic stamp, and it's crazy. So what we need to make sure we understand is that you want to be able to trust the brand that you're buying, because superfoods in today's world are 100% essential. You cannot thrive in the modern world without putting superfoods in the body. It's just a no-brainer now. So these are my top 9. Oh, by the way, when you start to add superfoods in your diet, there are some side effects, because now we're starting to open up to the science of anti-aging, where your skin can become more elastic, where your, in fact, let me just show you a picture of this, because what we're talking about now are the side effects of superfoods equals slowing down the aging process. So what we're doing is we want to protect the telomeres. Now, if you look at the yellow things at the end of that DNA, so these are paired strands of DNA on the screen. Now, at the end of it, those protective tips are called telomeres. Now, the end caps, they basically protect the chromosome within that DNA. Now, as cells divide over time, the telomeres shorten, and eventually the cell division stops, which means what? Real simple. What we now know is that as your telomeres get shorter and shorter and shorter, and think about telomeres as the little plastic things on the end of your shoelaces. And if you use those plastic things on the end of your shoelaces again and again and again and again and again, what's going to happen to them? Type it in the chat. If you use those plastic bits again and again and again, what's going to happen to them? Come on, type in the chat. Let me know. So what's going to happen? Yeah, they're going to wear out. They're going to break. They're going to diminish. They're going to get fluffy. I love it. Brilliant. So yeah, they're going to wear out. Now, it's exactly the same with these telomeres. Yeah, they fray and they wear out. So it's exactly right. So as they get shorter and shorter and shorter, those telomeres that are on the end of your DNA, here's what they used to say around the world. As your telomeres shorten, so does your life. And it's 100% true. And we can now read your telomeres, and based on your current lifestyle, we can literally say, right, if you carry on living this lifestyle, what we know is that you are going to have X amount of time to live. And based on this current lifestyle, you're going to pass, your body's going to break down, and you'll pass when you're 76, 86. We can literally get it to the year now and predict it based on people's current lifestyle. Here's the super cool thing. When you start to have superfoods, what do you think happens to your telomeres? Do you think they shorten or do you think they lengthen? Type it in the chat. Let me know. When you have superfoods, do you think that your telomeres shorten or lengthen? The laces get longer. I love it. Yeah, they lengthen. They get lengthened. 100%. So if you really value life at the highest level, then what we want to do is we want to get back in alignment with life, and we want to learn how to put more life into our bodies. So essential to be able to learn this stuff, to understand what the truth is. So we want those yellow things, we want them to lengthen. We don't want them breaking down, and we just have to look at most people when they get older and older and older. It's because they're living an acidic lifestyle. They're living a lifestyle where this acid is getting in the body and it just breaks the body down. And as I said earlier, when people say, oh, but that's aging, isn't it? I'm like, no, that's getting toxic. We don't want to be toxic. We want to be alkaline. So my number one superfood is hemp protein. And hemp's something called the hemp hearts. They can be sprinkled on food. They can be pressed for oil. They can be ground into protein powder, made into milk. You don't get high on this stuff. This is like very, very different. Yes, it is a cousin of like sort of cannabis and that stuff. But what this is, I mean, you can build houses out of hemp. You can make clothes out of hemp. Now, the hemp that I'm talking about is the hemp that we can digest into the body. So it contains ample amounts of protein. There's lots of protein out there, animal product proteins, protein shakes, all of that stuff. It creates acid in the body. This hemp is going to create alkalinity. Now, it contains incredible high amounts of amino acids, which you need that chain to be able to give the body the protein that it needs. It helps to naturally balance hormones and produces a hormone that can reduce the symptoms of prolactin. Number 3, it can aid in digestion. The amount of food that goes to waste in the digestion system, this aids in breaking that food down well. Now, it also decreases stress and anxiety. It's got vitamins, minerals, it present in hemp. It makes it a powerful stress reliever. It's rich in fatty acids, which are essential for the biomechanics of the body to function well. So yeah, fatty acids have benefits ranging from increasing cell growth, regulating the immune system. It helps to keep your heart healthy, lowers blood pressure, coordinates a lower risk for heart disease. There's so much great stuff with hemp. The omega-6 and the omega-3 fatty acids, they play a role in the immune responses within the body. With what's going on at the moment, we need to take as many precautions as we can to make sure that our immunity is boosted up. It helps treat skin disorders. So the oils that are in the seeds allows the skin to become hydrated and healthier due to the increased skin cell growth. Decrease in hypertension helps these promote the dilation of blood vessels, resulting in lower blood pressure, and it helps treat multiple sclerosis. So it does so much, and this comes from one superfood. One superfood. Now, we know that if you're taking medication, there are side effects of that medication that break the body down. There's a guy I follow, absolute genius around the world, and he's given these stats and saying that the third leading cause of death on planet Earth is the correctly prescribed medication. This is why I'm saying that the old medication doesn't work. So what we need to understand is what does work. Now, next one, my next favorite is wheatgrass. This is just phenomenal. Now, wheatgrass, again, if we went in nature and just ate this grass, guess what? We'd get zero value from it. Why? Because our stomach cannot digest grass. We haven't got stomachs like cows. But what we can do is, 1, we can put it into a powder, or 2, we can put it through a juicer and we drink it and we give the body lots and lots of benefits. So number 1, it helps us treat skin conditions. So wheatgrass can be used to treat skin diseases such as eczema and psoriasis. Number 2, helps to lose weight. Now, if you have a few pounds to lose weight, let's say that around here, there's a lot of people who they lose fat around the body, but they can't lose it around this area. Do you know why? Because they're acidic. And the body then holds on to that fat for survival purposes. So wheatgrass can really help with that. Number 3, it can help to reduce food cravings. So it's loaded with so many nutrients that it helps your body stop craving junk foods. Hands up if you'd actually like to stop craving junk foods. Here's what will happen. When you are alkaline, you just won't crave it anymore. When you're acidic, here's what happens. In your stomach, you start to create literally another environment of these different species. And this is why people get things like candida. They go and get things like parasites. All of these things are showing that you've got a consciousness within your gut that was caused by being acidic. It's like leaving a load of rubbish out. What's going to happen? The rats are going to come. You leave the rubbish out, the rats and the animals, and all these things will come. What we want to make sure is that you're alkaline. All the good health experts around the world now, they're saying disease cannot live or manifest in an alkaline environment. So number 4, you get to detox your cells. So wheatgrass is highly alkaline and high in nutrients, making it the perfect tool for detoxing. Number 5, improve immunity. So one of the top documented wheatgrass benefits is its ability to increase red blood cells in the body. It's what you want. Every time your heart's beating, you want those red blood cells delivering alkalinity to all parts of the body, not acid. It can stimulate circulation. So wheatgrass has the ability to increase the amount of oxygen in your blood. Here's what we know. If we decrease the oxygen in your blood by about 60%, guess what? Your cells, listen to this, they will turn cancerous. So we do not want to be decreasing the oxygen in the body. We want to be putting this stuff in to get higher amounts of oxygen in your blood. It can improve digestion. Wheatgrass contains several elements that can boost the digestion. Number 8, it can treat arthritis. So health experts believe that wheatgrass is effective in treating arthritis. Why? You got acid in the joints. You start to bring this stuff in. You start to put the alkalinity in there. It takes the acid out of the body. The pain disappears. Number 9, it can help to reduce fatigue. So it helps the body, it helps heal the body and reduces fatigue symptoms. So many people, again, they're eating their way to tiredness. They're eating their way to an early grave. We don't want to be doing that. We want to be alive, vibrant, happy by feeding the body what it truly needs. And number 10, can help to treat skin wounds. So treat skin wounds and help them heal faster. If you've ever seen me, if you've followed me over the years and you've seen some of the injuries that I've had, people are just gobsmacked how fast I rebuild after the injuries. And by the way, as a child, I was super ill as a child. But yet, as an adult now, how come I hardly ever break down? Because of the lifestyle. And I will not go a day now without eating superfoods. It is essential, absolutely essential for the well-being. Next one, health benefits of Lakuma. Some people don't even know what Lakuma fruit is. It's an exotic Peruvian fruit. You've got to try it. It's kind of like, how do I describe it? It's almost a cross between a mango and a sweet potato. It's just like the Incas. If you look at that top picture, they used to call it the gold of the Incas. And again, a very advanced civilization. And they used to live on this stuff. And the benefits are it can improve appearance of skin and hair. It can support digestion and blood sugar levels. It's high in antioxidants and flavonoids. It helps lowers the risk of age-related diseases, supports cardiovascular health. It supports wound healing, aids in muscle recovery, promotes strong teeth, improves eye health, increases alertness, it's anti-inflammatory, it increases energy, and it's anti-aging. Look at that, just not one negative side effect. Not one negative side effect. It's an unbelievable superfood. So now spirulina. Oh, again, alkalizing. Why am I showing you a lot of the stuff that's green? Because most people are acidic, and green foods help to alkalize the body. Got to get a lot more green foods in the body. So with spirulina, it can help protect from medicine byproducts. It's full of vitamins and minerals. It's great for cell regeneration. It's a great protein source. It's easily digestible. Whereas a lot of foods that people are eating now, they're not easily digested. And what happens is so much energy goes into the body to try and break that food down. Like if you're having meat and things like that, you're draining the body of energy. You look at an animal that's meant to eat meat. What does it do after it's gone and eaten meat? What does it do for the rest of the day? It sleeps. We don't want to be sleeping. We want to be alive, creating stuff. We want to have that universal energy behind us. We want to have that intelligent energy behind us so that we can go and create the life that we want with energy, with good vibes, where we connect to the truth. It's amazing superfoods, antifungal. A lot of people have got fungus literally growing inside the body now. It's anti-aging, it helps to fight cancer, and it's antibacterial as well. Look at this, guys, there's zero negative side effects with this stuff. Now, barley grass, another great one, absolutely awesome one. And the basic benefits are it's got 11 times more calcium than milk. You hear this? So there are other places where we get calcium. Superfoods, one of the best. It helps to neutralize heavy metals in the blood. So essential. It's got 7 times more vitamin C and bioflavonoids than oranges. 7 times. It contains 8 of the essential amino acids. It's got 5 times more iron than spinach. It stimulates DNA repair of the cell, preventing changes that often lead to cancer. It contains 8 milligrams of the B12 per 100 grams, and it's anti-inflammatory and it's got anti-ulcer properties. So a lot of these people who have ulcers in the system, what do you think creates ulcers? Being alkaline or being acidic? You now know it's because they're acidic. If we start to get that alkalinity going on in the body, so many things that people can't see are happening inside the body, and they're breaking down from the inside out. They're literally rusting from the inside out. So that's why we've got to get a lot of alkalinity in the body. And now listen to this, and please write this down. It takes 20 parts alkaline to buffer just 1 part acid. I'll say that again. It takes 20 parts alkaline to buffer just 1 part acid. That's the ratio. It's crazy. Now, this is actually my favorite superfood of them all. This is, in my opinion, the miracle of all superfoods. It improves digestion, it helps with constipation and boosts the immune system, helps to cleanse the blood, release inflammation, promotes optimal blood pressure, reduces pain in fibromyalgia, contains all the B vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin E. It's got beta-carotene, amino acids, magnesium, iron, trace minerals, carbohydrates, and higher amounts of protein, more than 50% the meat per gram of weight. And it helps with mold elimination. It's effective for hormone balance. It increases the white cell blood count, detoxifies harmful radiation. With what we're doing at the moment, all of us are living on this stuff at the moment. We're living on these smart devices. Do you think that there's radiation coming out of this stuff? 100%. 100%. Hands up if you're on this stuff, like your smartphones and your computers, more through this chapter that we're going through now than at any other time in your life. By a show of hands. Let me see, by a show of hands. All of us. Everyone. We just have to look at the stats. People are on these devices all the time now. Is there radiation and stuff coming out of these devices? Yes or no? Type it in the chat. Let me know. Yes or no? We know 100% yes. Now, what does that mean? So we have got to make sure that we are protecting ourselves from all these harmful rays that are coming out. Chlorella, for me, I pack so much of that stuff in every single day to be able to, because chlorella, this is how genius chlorella is. Chlorella will go in there and it will grab these heavy metals, these harmful radiation things that get stuck in the system. It takes them out without taking any other needed minerals. It doesn't take anything else that the body needs. It just takes the harmful stuff out. It's just genius what it does. When I found out about this stuff, I was like, my God, the world needs to know about this. Now, look at this if you look on the screen. It also helps with reduced body odor. It supports removal of heavy metals. It prevents the release of histamine, helps tissue growth. And by the way, I used to always be allergic to animals, to dust, to pollen, to grass. Since I started taking chlorella, I hardly ever get any symptoms anymore. It's got high amounts of vitamin K. It's identical. Now, listen to this. Look at the picture that's on the screen. It's identical to human blood, except the center element, which is magnesium, rather than iron. You look at the right picture where it says human blood, the hemoglobin. You want your body to be in a state of homeostasis, which is what? Healthy. Look at the blood. It's exactly, look at these two pictures. Look at those 2 round circles. It's exactly the same as blood, except for the center molecule, which means what? You start taking this chlorella, you're starting to cleanse the blood. You're starting to get that blood back to what it needs to be in an alkaline state. It's so, so, so powerful, this chlorella. So powerful. Now, hands up if you like chocolate. Yes, well, I want to show you a way how you can have chocolate every single day and be guilt-free and be healthy with it. So this is raw cacao. This is what real chocolate is. And oh my God, do you eat this stuff? Now, if you eat it straight from nature, it's very, very, very bitter. Too bitter for most people, but I want to show you a way. Stick with me at the end, till the end, because I want to show you a way how you can start to have chocolate every single day, and it'd be super, super tasty. And so, raw cacao, it helps reduce appetite, and it helps with weight loss. It helps with cardiovascular health. It dilates blood vessels and reduces blood clotting. It assists in regulating heartbeat and blood pressure, reduces the risk of stroke and risks of heart attacks, helps to promote from environmental and metabolic toxins. It acts as antidepressant and balances the mood. It balances the brain chemistry. It builds strong bones, helps to reduce PMS symptoms and regulates it, helps to increase focus and alertness, and it detoxifies the liver, and it helps with healthy pancreas function, and it facilitates anti-aging and rejuvenation. You hear all this from raw cacao, real chocolate. So I want to show you how you can get this in guilt-free. So stick with me. Now, maca. Here's another one. Maca. Oh my God. It is from maca root. If you look at the right picture, it's that root that you see. And it can help with acne, help with stamina, fatigue, insomnia, depression, infertility, menopause. It's a sex enhancer. It boosts energy. Helps people with a low sperm count. It's a hormone balancer. It's an adrenal gland function. Now, what does this mean? If you're having caffeine every single day, what happens is that caffeine can get in, it can literally start to burn out the adrenals. When a lot of people come to me who are, as I say, like the front runners in their fields of expertise, they come to me and I'm like, oh my God, your adrenals are burnt out. And they said, how do you know without even testing me? And I said, look, go and get tested. I said, but I can see that your adrenals are burnt out because of the symptoms that you're living by. So maca can really help to balance those back out. And if you're having caffeine, you definitely need to make sure you get this in your body every single day. It can help with mental and physical vitality. It's high in potassium and calcium. It can increase libido in both men and women. Other benefits are increases energy and stamina, helps to lower stress levels, reduces depression, balances hormones, regulates the thyroid, improves fertility, helps manage PMS and menopause, helps with PCOS, enhances memory, clears acne, treats insomnia, boosts energy levels, boosts physical and mental vitality, and it's high in potassium and calcium. So again, awesome benefits. Now, raw coconut palm sugar. And what I truly believe is that the trees, we just got to look at the trees of the world. The trees, come on guys, the trees are the key to optimum health. You cannot breathe. Look at what we're doing with the rainforest. They're chopping down so much of the rainforest to start trying to produce meat and putting these meat farms there. And what's happening is you look at your trees, they look like lungs. If we get rid of the trees on the planet, we've got no air to breathe. So we're literally screwing it up. So we need to make sure that we're getting stuff from trees. Now, it's real simple. Benefits of organic coconut palm sugar. It helps to make you happier. Can help support local farmers. It's tasty. It supports metabolic functions. It's rich in vitamins and minerals. And it just, the benefits of this is you use this to sweeten stuff up instead of the sugars that we get. All of a sudden you can put this in the body, because why will you be happier? Because it's known for its low glycemic index. When your body's absorbed at a slower rate, your bodies are much happier. When you put normal processed sugar in, bam, you get this increase in energy, and all of a sudden when that substance is burnt out, boom, your energy comes crashing down. That doesn't happen with raw coconut palm sugar. Now, the way it's farmed at the moment, a lot of good local support is happening to local farmers. It's needed. It's rich in amino acids. It contains 16 out of the 20, and it's especially high in glutamine, which is great for supporting metabolic function. It's needed. It's rich in vitamins and minerals. It contains 12 of the B vitamins, which are essential: potassium, calcium, iron, and zinc. It's epic. So meaning that the process, why does it need to be organic? So it doesn't require any additives or colors or chemicals. Please make sure that you start upping your organic intake. It's so needed. Now, here's the truth. All these ancients used to believe that our second brain is in our gut, and your health starts in your gut. Here's what happens. You eat food, it goes into the system, it goes into your gut, And depending, and look at the picture, whether you've got good bacteria in your gut or bad bacteria in your gut is going to depend on whether your body can pull those nutrients out of the food. If you've got bad bacteria in your gut, you can be eating healthy food, doesn't even matter. Your body can't pull those nutrients out of it. If you're on antibiotics, 100% you need to be on a good probiotic. If, say, you're swimming in a pool that's got chlorine in, you need to make sure that you're taking in a good probiotic because it's going to put bad bacteria in the gut. It just happens from those chemicals. If you've had an operation or something, again, there's going to be bad bacteria in the gut. You want good bacteria. Now, let me just show you this. In your gut, you've got this stuff called villi. And villi moves like this, like seaweed on the bottom of the ocean. And the villi in your gut does exactly the same thing. When the villi is moving, what happens is it's soft and it's flexible. And just like the seaweed will then go and capture food from the sea, and that's what feeds it. If you go and stress, any form of stress, mental stress, emotional stress, job stress, relationship stress, food stress, drink stress, drug stress, doesn't matter what it is, that stress, your villi that's moving fluid like this, it suddenly goes, and it goes like concrete. So now what's happening is all this food that you could be eating healthy food, it goes into the gut, but you know what? It passes straight through because it's like coral reef. You look at coral reef before humans destroyed it, everything was soft and fluid. You look at it now and it's like looking at concrete under the ocean. We've wrecked it as human beings. We've become like parasites on the planet. So we need to basically connect to the truth. And that truth is you cannot be healthy unless you've got a healthy gut. It is essential to make sure that your gut is healthy. Anytime that we see someone come to us with any type of health symptom, the first thing we do is we make sure that their gut is healthy, because otherwise we can make lifestyle changes and none of it's going to have an impact if their gut isn't healthy. So hands up if you know that you've got to have a healthy gut for you to be healthy. Okay, good. Awesome. So here he is, one of the heroes of mine, Dr. Linus Paulin, 2 times Nobel Prize winner. His quote is, you can trace every disease, every sickness, and every ailment to a mineral deficiency. So we must make sure that we've got certain foods going in that have a high mineral content, not stuff that has been synthetically made. So here's some 5 simple steps that you can go by. Number 1, stop the poisoning. Just stop the poisoning. Real simple. So write these down. Number 1, stop the poisoning. Now, what's the poisoning? As I said, processed stuff, animal products. At least lower that stuff down. Dead stuff. Stuff that comes in a packet, stuff that it's got no life force in it. So just stop the poisoning. Stuff that's been man-made. Number 2, start the cleansing. Because if you don't start the cleansing, what can happen is, it's almost like, say you got a fish tank and you've got murky waters in it and there isn't a filter on it and the water's not clean. Even if you're putting healthy food in that fish tank, guess what? The fish is still going to get ill because the environment isn't clean. So we've got to make sure that your inner environment, we start cleansing your inner environment. It's so essential. Number 3, please do write these down. Eat for nutritional reasons, not emotional reasons or for convenience. Number 4, eat more live foods with superfoods and supplements daily. So please do write this stuff down. Eat more live foods, foods that have got a color in, with superfoods and supplements on a daily basis. Now, I'm not talking about the supplements that are just out there in the high streets or in the marketplace. I'll go through those very quickly in a minute. Number 5, respect your body and mind and feed them to thrive, not just survive. So please do take a picture of what you see on the screen, write it down, make sure you get it down. Now, the challenge with most available supplements are, you will see the gimmicks out there, best energy supplements, but there are side effects and there are big warning signs. Number 1, isolated nutrients. Anytime that you see anything on a packet that says isolated, throw it away. Because you don't find anything isolated in nature. When they isolate a nutrient where they might isolate like a vitamin C, which they will now call ascorbic acid. It's a chemical. It's chemically made. It's synthetically made. Nature had no part of it. Type in the chat, what do you think is more powerful? Something that's synthetically made in a factory or something that's got life force energy in it? something that's got the energy of the planet in it, something that's got the energy of the sun in it, something that's been grown. 100% natural foods. Now, if nature doesn't isolate a nutrient anywhere, as soon as you put an isolated nutrient in the body, guess what? The body doesn't know what to do with it. So what does it do? It either assimilates stuff or it eliminates it. So you basically probably eliminate it through your pee or through your skin or somewhere. It could be through your breath. So isolated nutrients, big no-no. Next one, heat pressed. If they're tablets, anytime that they're heat pressed, and by the way, how will you know? Because they'll say cold pressed on them. If they're heat pressed, you've gone and destroyed all the needed enzymes. Without the enzymes, there's no life force there. So big heat press is a big, big, big no-no. Synthetic ingredients, zero life force energy. Probably about 99% of the supplements out there, they're using synthetic ingredients. And they will say, oh, but you're getting 500% of your recommended daily amount or 5,000% of your RAD. It's ridiculous. We don't want anything going in that is synthetic. We want real life going in. We cannot replace nature. We've got to reconnect to it. Next thing that you need to avoid is bulking agents and fillers. These are just basically toxic to the human system. So what do these do? They basically act as a glue. So you look at like some of the pills in that bottom picture, what happens is these powders get glued together super, super fast. And it's a bulking agent and a filler so that when they can do like 20,000 of these tablets every hour now, like, and they're just like on mass production. And what happens is it acts as a glue. So when that goes into the body, guess what? It's just like more toxic stuff going in the body. Now, here's one of the biggest gimmicks. They're calling it time released. Now, what it really means is that it's a marketing gimmick. So here's what it really means. If they're using it as a marketing gimmick, saying, oh, it's time released, it's nice on your stomach. No, it isn't. Here's what it happens. They glue together so tightly that when you put it in the body can't break it down. It's like trying to break meat down. It drains the body of energy. Whereas what you want is you want to be able to put stuff in your body that easily gets into your bloodstream. And then the last one, we know that these can do you more harm than good. So don't pay for them twice. Don't pay for them once with money and then the second time when they go into your body. So is it okay if I make you a life-changing and possibly a life-saving offer? You can either type it in the chat. Seriously, if I didn't do this, I wouldn't be serving you at the highest level. So basically, what we've done is I've been playing with these superfoods for about 7 or 8 years now. And what we've done is I've created some products. And the products that we've created, we only ever made these available to people that came to my live events. So they would either come to Supercharged Your Life, they come to Breakthrough Mastery, they come to Living Forever Young, they come to Detox Your Life, the 5-day retreat, or Forever Young, that retreat. And we would, because we just had a small operation where I basically created a synergistic blend. Now, what does this mean? That there's only a handful of ingredients in each of these. Now, why did we do that? And we tried putting lots of ingredients in, like a lot of the superfood companies out there, there's loads of ingredients in. The challenge with that is it confuses the receptors in the body. We found the right amount of number. You think about how many foods you have on your plate. You can only have a handful of foods on one plate. You think about all the animals in nature. They eat one food source at a time. When we go and load up loads of ingredients, the food is going in, the receptors in the body get confused, and guess what? It doesn't end up in your bloodstream. The other thing is, most of the proteins out there, they're creating acid in the body. We don't want to create acid in the body. What we want to create, as you now know, is alkalinity. So a lot of the proteins out there, they're going to age you faster, they're going to break you down. So our alkaline protein, it protects your body. Now, all of the superfoods that I mentioned, guess what? They're in these 2 synergistic blends. So let me explain what's in this one. So in the alkaline protein, which is the green one, we've got an everything's organic, everything's cold pressed. So it's the highest grade that you can get. But here's where the magic is. The percent, like if you're baking a cake, guess what? If you get the percentages right and you got someone who might have spent 20 years trying to bake a cake and they've mastered baking the best vegan chocolate cake in the world, if they give you the recipe and you use the exact same percentages, guess what? You end up with the same result. What we found is that, and it's just like humans, when you get great humans working together as a team, there's synergy, there's harmony, and people work better as a team with a team than they do individually if they're team players. Superfoods, we found, are the same. The intelligence that is in this stuff is a game changer. So what we've got in here is cold pressed hemp protein, Lakuma fruit, Spirulina, wheatgrass, barley grass, Chlorella. That's it. That's it. I challenge anyone to find a product that will do your body more good than this. And I say to anyone, you find products that work better than ours, I'll tell you what, I'll give you our products for a year. Because I know the work that goes into this, and I know the work that goes into all the products that are available on the high streets and through network marketing companies and obviously now online. So the second one, here's how I said you can have chocolate every single day. There isn't a single day that I don't go without chocolate now. But it's done through this, our recovery mix. So I'll read you the ingredients again. We've got raw cold pressed hemp protein as the base, raw cacao, which is the real chocolate, Lakuma fruit, remember that gold of the Incas, macaroon. Macaroon also does this. A lot of us on this planet now, we're missing one of the biggest elements of what we are, and it's our spiritual connection. A lot of the problems that are on the planet at the moment have come from the mind. When we know that we're a body, mind, and spirit, a lot of people are not open to their spiritual connection. Why? Because we've got something up here called the pineal gland. And you've heard the saying, use it or lose it, for all parts of your body and mind. Now, because a lot of us haven't been raised in a spiritual way, I'm not talking about religion. Religion has nothing to do with spirituality. I'm talking about having that spirit, that life, that it really is, it's life at the highest level, breathing through you. That what the macaroon does is it helps to decalcify the pineal gland so that we can start to open up to more of what we truly are. We can start to open up to the intelligence of the universe. And so we've got raw cold pressed hemp protein, raw cacao, Lakuma fruit, macaroon, and coconut palm sugar. That's it. So we've got the alkaline protein here. This one. We've got the recovery mix here. And what you can do with these is you can make protein balls, as you see on there. You can do superfood smoothies. So here's what I do. As soon as I wake up, I have lemon water and a handful of these, which are our chlorella. Now, in the chlorella, what you've got to make sure you've got is the cell wall breaking technology. You'll see chlorella out there a lot in the marketplace, but the challenge is that it's a cheap chlorella because they're not using, it's similar to wheatgrass. If you go and eat wheatgrass in nature, guess what? You get zero value. If you learn how to get it in the body in the right way, either through a juicer or you freeze dry it in the right way and you powder it, then it can give the body lots of greatness. Chlorella, if you went and ate chlorella in nature, guess what? You'd get zero value from it. So we've got this technology. It breaks the cell wall. Think about this. Think about having a piece of coal, but that's got a diamond in the middle of it. What do you want? Do you want the diamond or the coal? Type it in the chat. What do you want? Do you want the diamond or the coal? Type it in the chat. Let me know. You got a choice. What are you going to want? The diamond or the coal? Of course you're going to want the diamond. 100% you're going to want the diamond. When it comes to chlorella, it's exactly the same with this. The magic is inside of it. If you just go and eat this, your body can't break the cell wall. So you have to break open the cell wall and go in and get that little diamond and bring that out. That's what is in here. And oh my God, just the benefits. I could literally do a whole presentation just on chlorella. So we've got the alkaline protein. And as I said, it's a synergistic blend. So what I do in the morning, I have that with lemon water. So I'm putting alkalinity in the body straight away. Most people are putting something that's acid in the body straight away. A caffeine, a cereal, a dairy, something like that is going in and it's literally breaking the body down straight away. We start the day, if you want to be supercharged, we start the day the alkaline way. So then what I do is I have a green juice, and the one I had this morning had, what do we have in it? Parsley. I had kale, spinach, celery, lemon, ginger, and pear. But then, because we now know that the food only contains 5 to 20% of the nutritional value, add a spoonful of that in. All you got to do, guys, is get a heaped tablespoon of this in your body every single day. That's it. Simple as that. Simple, simple, simple. And when it comes to the chocolatey one, again, same. Just get a big heaped tablespoon of that in your body every single day. And then these ones, I probably do about 40 of these a day now, but I'm pretty extreme. So that's what I was saying about the Chlorella. You need proprietary advanced breaking cell wall technology. That's what we've got. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you're going to go out and spend your money on Chlorella, and it's going to go in the body, and it's not going to do anywhere near what this one can do. So, as I said, it's an amazing detoxifier. So, the offer is that we've got these 3 superfoods. They come as a pack. They call this Supercharged Essentials Pack. Now, there's going to come a time now where you've got to make a decision. Now, for this pack, we've made it an absolute no-brainer. You get 25% discount, a 3-month supply. These will be, if you go on our website, these will be the prices that you'll pay on our website. And you can go and buy them right now. However, if you want to get them here, the total is only £240 for 3 months. Please listen up. That's £2.66 per day. Hands up if you can afford £2.66 per day. I don't think you can afford not to do that. You can't even get a cup of coffee for that. And plus the post and package from the UK. So depending on where you're at. But if you go on our website, and I'm going to give you a link in a minute. So don't go to the website unless you want to pay £312. If you only want to pay £240, I'm going to give you a link. However, there are going to be a couple of upgrades because there are some people who want to go to the next level. Now, there's a link on the screen. Now, if you want to go to the next level, as I said before, you cannot be healthy without a probiotic. Now, we've got our own product. It's called Probiotic Power. I take this every single day. All you do is you take a spoonful of this, put it in some water, and you take it before you go to sleep at night. Why at night? Because the body's taken on less stress, and it can work so much more effective when you're asleep. So if you want an upgrade, then you're going to go to the next upgrade. Look at the middle package. It's called Supercharged Premium. So you've got the alkaline protein, the recovery mix, the Chlorella, and the probiotic. That's the next package up. Now, again, if you go on our website and order that, it will cost you £462 for a 3-month supply. The event offer today is only £342 plus post and package. Now, if you want to go and really go to town and do what I do, this is what I do every single day. All of my top clients, I get on this. All my family members are on this. So I've got my parents on this. Now, what we're going to add into the mix is the Feel Great multivitamin and mineral. This, it supports a busy lifestyle. It keeps you going throughout the day. That, and by the way, these are cold pressed and we grow these. Even though these are tablets, these work kind of like, let's say that you've got a pumpkin seed on the side and it can sit for months and months and months, do nothing. You put it in some soil, you put it in the right environment, you give it some sunlight, you give it some water, what's going to happen? Bam, a sprout's going to come out, a leg's going to come out. Then it's going to start to grow and eventually it will turn into, a pumpkin tree and then it will produce pumpkins. This stuff works the same. It's dormant in the tubs. As soon as you put it in the body recognizes it as real food, but what's in here you can't get in normal food anymore, and now it's delivering those live nutrients all around the body. So that's the Feel Great multivitamin and mineral. The next one is the multi-protection antioxidants with Coenzyme Q10, which is good for your brain. It protects your cells from free harmful radicals. Now, what are free radicals? Imagine that you've got a fireplace and your fireplace is shooting out sparks and you've got a rug in front of the fireplace and it's destroying the rug. Imagine that the rug is your body and the fire, as it's shooting out those free radicals, those sparks, imagine that the sparks are like the free radicals. So you want the fire burning, but you don't want to destroy the rug. So what do? You put a gate over the fireplace. The sparks are still being shot out, but now they're not going to wreck your rug. When you put these antioxidants in the body, it's like protecting your body from all those harmful free radicals. And then we've got the magic magnesium. And this is essential for, well, as Dr. Linus Paulin said, you can trace every disease, every sickness, and every ailment to a mineral deficiency. So if you want ultimate protection, you're going to go for the Supercharged Elite Pack. So you get the alkaline protein, you get the recovery mix, you get the Chlorella, you get the probiotic, you get the Feel Great multivitamin and mineral, you get the multi-protection antioxidant, and you get the magic magnesium. And this is what I take every single day. As I said, my loved ones do, and all of my top clients is one of the first things I say, right, if you want to get the best results, you have to get on these. Now, there's a link there in the chat. Let me just put that link. Let me go and copy this link. Now, stick with me, guys. Stick with me, because there are bonuses. And remember the bonuses. So the link is in the chat. Now, if you order these, remember I mentioned that there's going to be some bonuses. So all you got to do is go to bit.ly, because I want to make this offer such a no-brainer for you that your body thrives, and so does your mind as well. So the link is bit.ly/supercharged superfood. So go there now, get your orders in. But there's also a limited time offer on the page as well. Now listen to this. Health experts are saying that 200 to 300% more people are dying of vitamin D deficiency than cancer. So we created a product called Sunshine in a Bottle. 200 to 300% more people are dying of vitamin D deficiency than cancer. This is crazy. So this product, Sunshine in a Bottle, and a lot of people right now are not getting vitamin D into the body. You need it from the sun. The sun is a force of life. And especially like in England over here, we're just not getting it. So you need to get that vitamin D. But again, a lot of the vitamin D that's out there, it's synthetic and it's processed. This stuff, I challenge anyone to find a vitamin D that gets better results than this. We've got top medical experts around the world who are all using this stuff to give to their patients. Why? Because this stuff works. Now, if you go to that link and you get yourself registered, as you go down and you complete your order, when you get to the bottom, what you're going to see is you're going to say, yes, I want my Sunshine in a Bottle. If you want to have this, this like literally one-time offer, then you can add that to your order as well. Because remember, this is an investment in yourself. Who are my clients who are on this stuff at the moment? Some of you may or may not have heard of a guy called Yuvraj Singh. Probably one of the world's most famous cricket players. When they played England, he got 6 sixes in 1 over. Unheard of at that level. He did things that I think there's literally only 2 people in the world who's done that. He's like Ian Botham, but like 10x. He's the most Googled man in all of India. He's got a high net worth, the most movie stars. But he goes and gets cancer. And he goes through chemo. My name comes up in a certain environment and he contacts me and is like, Skip, I've heard what you've got is something really, really special. Can I try it? And he's not just on it himself, but he now gets it for his mum as well. Now, I don't give my products away to anyone. There's no one I give them to, because I'm like, why would I want to give them to anyone? If you're not going to invest in yourself, I'm not going to invest in you. So even at this level, I've got movie stars and pop stars and celebrities like, well, I get sponsored by some stars. Well, go and get sponsored by a company that will put your name and your face on their product. I said, but you're not going to get the best stuff unless you pay for it. This is an investment in yourself. If it's good enough for Yuvraj Singh, do you think it's good enough for you? And you can Google this, man. Check him out. Keith Mason, English, UK rugby player. Now, please stick with me, guys, because there are bonuses that you're going to get as well. If you just go in there, I honor you for taking action now, but I'm going to also honor you with some bonuses to make this a no-brainer offer. Just go to bit.ly/supercharged superfoods. Keith Mason, as I say, UK rugby player. His beautiful partner, Riona, she had a stroke on the spine. She had a 0.5% chance of survival. 0.5% chance of survival. She survived and was paralyzed from the neck down. And they said, look, she's never going to walk again. And she was doused up on lots and lots and lots of medication. Now, she's on the products. Keith's on the products. He says, if you go on our YouTube channel, you hear them talking about them, saying, I never felt so good in my life, Skip. And if you go and you check them out on their Insta and TikTok, about 2 months ago, listen to this. You're not going to believe this. She climbed a mountain. Remember what I said to you guys. You start to give the cells in your body what they need, and nature does the rest. We're a product of nature. We've got to get back to nature. And they had her on the one show, they had her on this morning. They've exploded, and they're like, this never would have happened if I wasn't on Supercharged Superfoods. So if it's good enough for Keith and Riona, is it good enough for you? These are the questions. World-renowned CEO Paul O'Mahony. But remember, this is an investment in yourself. And I will be answering questions at the end. Plus, I'll be giving some bonuses away. So stick with me, because this is going to be a no-brainer. Look at his before picture and look at his after picture. And again, he puts it down to the superfoods. And he says, Skip, I've just never felt or looked so good. He goes, my mental clarity. He goes, my business is booming because I'm booming now. So again, if it's good enough for Paul, do you think it's good enough for you? And you got a chance to be on the best stuff. Supercharged Elite Pack. And again, Paul's on it. Yuvraj on it. John Lee is on it. World famous CEO. So you're going to slow down your aging process. You're going to increase your energy, creativity, your productivity. And he didn't come to me to lose weight. Look at him before at 94 kgs. Look at him at 82 kgs. He looks like a different person. So again, is it good enough for John Lee? Is it good enough for you? Of course it is good enough for you. So here's what I'm going to give you, some bonuses for you taking action now. So stick with me. My signature event, we run it in half a dozen different countries. And if you come to Supercharge Your Life, it will cost you about £1,000 to come. If you want the Supercharged Elite Pack and you invest in yourself today, guess what? You're going to get 2 tickets to the live event. You're going to get 2 tickets to Supercharge Your Life. Game changer event. Game changer. You come to that, you spend a matter of days with us, and you walk away a different person. Because what happens is when we create that energy, it is unbelievable. I'm going to gift you 2 tickets to Supercharge Your Life. And all you got to do is go to bit.ly/supercharged superfoods. Come on, now's the time for you to take action. Now's the time for you to start to give the cells in your body what it needs, to give your body and your mind what it needs. So I'm giving you these bonuses for just investing in yourself. And all it's going to cost you is £496 for 3 months. If you take that, you divide it by 90, guys, it works out like about £5 a day. It's a no-brainer. £5 a day for the Supercharged Elite Pack to be able to give your body all of what I take and what all of my top clients takes. You're never going to see an offer like this, not at this value. Also, I mentioned at the beginning, the 50 E-Class to World-Class coaching sessions that you get full lifetime access to. Remember, each one's between 7 and 14 minutes long. All the golden nuggets that I taught my high-level clients afterwards, after the sessions with them, I've gone and taken the golden nugget. I filmed a video of me. I've recorded 50 of the E-Class to World-Class coaching sessions, and you're going to get them. And this is like sharpening your tools, making you function better. Now, again, you can go and buy this on our website right now for £3,000. And because of this time of the year and where it is, I just want to honor you for investing in yourself. This offer, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this offer with these bonuses in again, because I'm just selling the company short, because you're not going to go on our website and then buy this for 3K. We have people who buy it and they're happy to buy it. Why? Because their life transforms. Now, you just got to decide now which 3-month package is for you. Is it going to be the Supercharged Elite Pack, which works out at £5.50 a day, approximately, where you get everything in the alkaline protein, recovery mix, chlorella, probiotic, the Feel Great multivitamin and minerals, multi-protecting antioxidants with coenzyme Q10 and magic magnesium. Normally $672, today only $496. As I said, it works out about £5.50 a day plus post and package. Supercharged Premium works out about £3.80 a day. You got the alkaline protein, the recovery mix, the chlorella, and the probiotic. Normally £462 if you go on our website and buy it from there. Today you can get it for only $342 plus post and package. And then you got the Supercharged Essentials, which is the recovery mix, the alkaline protein, and the chlorella, and that works out at approximately £2.66 per day. So all you've got to decide now is which package is going to be the package for you. Which package do you want? Now you've got to make a decision. Now here's the thing. The worst thing you can do is not make a decision. They're saying that indecision, you're better off moving forward in life and making a wrong decision, but what have you got to risk? I think nothing. I think you have nothing to lose and everything to gain because we're all earning money and we've all got money at some level, but the challenge is, where are you spending that money? Are you spending that money to make the only thing that's the most important thing in your life, and it's your mind and your body? If that thing breaks down, your quality of life goes down for you and your loved ones. When you start to thrive, you and your loved ones win. And as I said, guys, I've gone transparent here. This is what I take every single day. My parents take it. My top clients take it, whether they're celebrities, top CEOs, top athletes. I've shown you some of the world's greatest people here who are the front runners in their fields of expertise. So now don't allow your mind to stop you taking action. Just go ahead, take that action and get yourself enrolled. I'm going to open up the floor to any questions. So how long will the tickets be valid for? Current challenge is to travel to the UK from South Africa. Okay, so when it comes to Supercharged Life, I'm now in contact with a company that have mentioned they want me to do Supercharged Life out in South Africa. Whether it comes off or not, I don't know. I'm doing business with them. We want to take that event to as many countries as possible. So at the moment, we've done it in the UK, we've done it in Spain, we've done it in Philippines, we've done it in Singapore, we've done it in Malaysia. We've done it in about half a dozen different countries. So that will be valid until you get to come to one. Because what my job is to make sure that you get empowered. My job is not to say right, no, you had 18 months and we don't know how this crazy chapter is going to go on for. So I'll keep it open for a lifetime. That's as simple as that, because then that way you win. Julie says, I keep getting error 404. Okay, let me come and check this. I'm now going to do, right, I'm just going to check this. Where are we? Okay, so if I go in there, put it in, let's have a little look. Okay, now I get it. It's coming up. And then if I go down here, so here is on here. So I've just hit that link. I've gone through to the page. That's the first one. So you'll see it, the Supercharged Essentials pack. That's just, remember, that's just 3 products. And that's for the UK or international. Then we've got the Supercharged Premium, UK and international. Then we've got Supercharged Elite, UK and international. And then we've also got the Auto Renew. So if you guys want to, literally everyone's looking to save time and money. If you go on the Auto Renew, what it means is that after 3 months, we just send you another batch at exactly the same price. And by the way, if you buy now, today, we're going to freeze these prices for you for the next 12 months as well. So we can't do better than that. We really, really can't. And then if you go down where it says step 2, you're going to fill in all your contact details here. Then you're going to put in your billing details. And then remember, if you want that sunshine in a bottle, because remember, what I'm now being educated is 200 to 300% more people are dying of vitamin D deficiency than cancer. But no one's speaking about it in that way. So and obviously, if you're in a hot country and you get your skin exposed to the sun for about 20 minutes a day, you're not going to need this. But this is probably for a lot of people that don't get their skin exposed to the sun. So then you just go down to complete order, and that's it. It's as simple as that. And there's some prices down here for the post and packaging as well. So everything is covered on there. So is the vitamin D one-time shipping for 1 month? So the vitamin D, if you add that into the mix, yes, that's 1 month supply on there. There's 60 tablets in there. You can do, if you want to space it out, you could do like 1 tablet a day for 60 days. But if you want to get the most out of it, like me, I do 2 a day. So let me read some of these questions. Hi, Skip. If I'm on a high BP and anti-gout maintenance meds, would you suggest I continue taking them with superfoods? I have to be so careful what I say when it comes to people on medication. Let me tell you how I've dealt with private clients. So when Riona was on all this medication, you know, as I said, she had this stroke of the spine, had a very slim chance of surviving, and she was doused up on medication, and she was just not feeling good. And we had a conversation. Keith ended up taking her medication so that he could feel what she was taking. He lasted less than 3 days and said, that's it, I'm not having to take that stuff. I do not believe that the answer is in the medication. I believe that the answer is in the lifestyle. And if we start to give the body what it needs, the best thing to do, and you will need, you know, I have to say that you have to get medical help with this because I'm not a doctor, thank God, because I study health, not illness. And when it comes to the actual truth, what you want to start to do is when you start to see benefits within the system, you have to go back to your doctor to say, look, I'm actually feeling better now. Can I start to get off this medication? They are the only ones that legally can tell you how to do that stuff. So the idea is when you start taking the superfoods, you're going to start to notice a difference in the body. Huge. You cannot put this quality stuff in the body and not have the body respond at super high levels. It's impossible. There's a cause and an effect. It's like, there's a science to it. Like 2 + 2 is always going to equal 4. Doesn't matter who does it. It's like you put that stuff in the body and those live nutrients are like going to be shooting around the body, getting rid of stuff that's not needed and putting stuff in that is needed. It's super, super, super essential. So Roy said, shouldn't nutrients also pass the blood-brain barrier besides just water? You say only water should cross the blood-brain barrier. Right, so your brain is mostly water. Yes, there's a substance of the brain that is going to take nutrients. But what I'm saying is that when we're drinking every single day, that stuff that we're drinking, like there are certain nutrients that will feed the brain. But when I'm talking about what's crossing the blood-brain barrier, I'm talking about when we're drinking water, on average, we want to be drinking about 2 liters of water a day. You want your brain to be able to drain out the stagnant fluids every single day. So as the stagnant fluids are being drained out and the fresh fluids are going back in, through that channel where there's fresh fluids, all we want in that is water. So we can go and reflect back to life. What they started to find is that what's crossing that blood-brain barrier are these synthetic sugars. And that's what's starting to cause brain cancers for a lot of people. So you are right there, Roy. And it's I kind of paraphrased what I said, but it's a bit of a metaphor. But yes, you are entirely right there. Turning off VPN, and it worked. Whee! Awesome, beautiful stuff. And if you've gone there and you've ordered, let me know, because I just want to honor you for making an investment in yourself, because this is what I truly believe. When you start loading your body up with this stuff, when people say to me, Skip, how do you keep going? How do you keep going? How come you got so much energy? But yet my adrenals don't get burnt out, and it's because of these products. Seriously, I kid you not, it's because of these products. Anytime I get a new top client come to me, the first thing I say is, you've got to be on these products, because otherwise you're just going to, it's like trying to, you know, like swim upstream. It's going to be really, really hard for you to thrive. We don't want to survive. We want to thrive. And remember the bullet points. All the food that we get in today's world, it only contains 5 to 20% of the nutritional value compared to 100 years ago. So we have to supplement. We have to superfood. I've told you the big no-nos against certain supplements, the heat press and the isolated nutrients, the bulking agents, the fillers, the gimmick stuff. When it comes to certain products, if you see products with lots and lots and lots of ingredients, it's going to confuse the receptors in the body. You want a handful of ingredients that work well together. And what we found with these blends is they work super well. This one, the way I'll get this in my body is I'll put it in cereal. So I soak oats while I'm doing yoga in the morning in Club Supercharged. And I have goji berries in it. I've got walnuts in it. I've got some other seeds and nuts in it as well. And I put this in it, chocolate flavor, turns out yum. I put some coconut yogurt and some blueberries on it, and it's yumbo. Later on in the day, when I've gone and trained the body, I'll do a massive scoop of this one, a massive scoop of that one, and I'll put some berries in it and some nut milk, and it comes out like a McDonald's thick shake, and it's just tasty, 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 super tasty. And when you start to feel this stuff, get it in the body, you'll start to feel something that you've never felt before, because most people are not used to having live nutrients at this level go inside the body. Oh, we got some more questions coming in. I like it. So Roy says, is microwaving food okay? Oh my God, no. If you know what a microwave is, no. It's the simple answer. If you do ever have to put something in a microwave, please walk away from that microwave. You can get readers, these electronic readers that show you what's safe. You put that stuff near a microwave and it's bleeping like an alarm system. If we physically stay some distance away from the microwave, can we avoid the negative radiation? Yes, you can as a human being, but now that radiation's gone in the food. Because where does it go? It doesn't go to just heat it, it's consuming it. That frequency is going in it. And how about nutrient destruction from micro? Yeah, it frazzles all the nutrients. All the enzymes get frazzled, all of it, yeah. And believe me, when I learned this stuff, I was like, I'd literally just bought one of the most awesome microwaves that you could buy, because I thought this is quick and easy. Usually, Roy, not all the time, but usually when something is super, super convenient at some level, usually it's going to turn around and bite us in the backside. So the best ways to do food is, live and organic is the best way. And one of the best ways is you can take normal food, put it in a blender, you get some of the right vegetables, and you start doing vegetable soups and things like that. Just put them on a pan to warm it up, not frazzle it, not heat it, not boil it. And I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to do like a food preparation masterclass, because often, I'll go around like clients' houses and stuff, and they'll be out for 5 minutes, come back and I've done food, and they're like, how the hell did you get that done in that short space of time? Because we've got to learn how to build a new relationship with food. So I'm probably going to start to put on YouTube as well how to prepare food, like good plant food, nice and quick and easy and simple. So please do go and subscribe on our YouTube channel, turn the bell notifications on, and you're just going to start to get lots of free stuff on there. Claudia says, I brought the medium-sized pack on a 3-monthly shipping. Congratulations. Well done. And here's what's going to be true. The cells in your body are going to love it. They're going to absolutely love it. Roy says, how should we clean and wash our veggies with apple cider vinegar? You soak them or what? So yeah, you can soak them in it, or you can put like apple cider vinegar in a spray and you can spray it on it, and then putting them in a bowl and just swirling them all around and leaving them in there is always a good thing. Candu says, I'm ordering the Elite Pack, just have to get the wallet from the car after the call. How long can I expect it to take to get to South Africa? So if you order it now, Barry will post it tomorrow. So Barry runs a warehouse. Barry is an absolute legend. Usually it would be about a week out there. Julie says, what is the strength of the vitamin D? What is your YouTube channel called? So the YouTube channel is just Skip Archimedes. So yeah, just go to Skip Archimedes, get yourself shipping time to California. Usually it's about a week. So if Barry gets it posted tomorrow, so now is the time to get them. And what your body definitely needs this time of the year is live nutrients. Look at the amount of dead stuff, the amount of processed stuff that's getting in the body this time of the year. The temptation is everywhere. So making this investment in yourself from a nutritional value, I don't think there's anything that you're going to find around the world that's going to be as serving as this stuff. So yeah, it should take about a week, Roy. So the vitamin D. Now, again, this is what I want you to understand. If there's synthetic stuff, they can say, oh my God, it's got 2,000 IUs, 5,000 IUs and all this type of stuff, but it's synthetic. This stuff, as I said, it gets recognized by the body in very, very different ways. We grow our stuff. Now, in this one, you've got 1,000 IUs for a daily take. which is, yeah, if you're taking like, you know, these on a regular basis, you know, when you're not getting sun, at least the body can absorb that vitamin, because this is what you've got to look at. If they're synthetic nutrients, if they're isolated nutrients, and there's no matrix. So let me explain how our stuff works so you guys really get this. All of the ones that are in these tablets, they're in tablets. So some are like this. Some of them we can cold press together and they will stay in a tablet like that. Others, they will not cold press, and we've tried it again and again and again. So what we have to do is we created these little vegan capsules that they go in. The same with the multi-protection antioxidants. It's in a little vegan capsule like that, because we tried to cold press them together and they wouldn't stay. We tried it again and again, and then they were like disintegrating in the tubs. So we just said, you know what, instead of actually just trying to do it, let's create a little vegan capsule, and then that just dissolves when it goes into the belly. And then for the sunshine in the bottle, same with that. They're in a little vegan capsule like that. But let me explain how this stuff works and how it's different from all of the other supplements that you're going to see around the world. And by the way, we're only just starting to go public with this stuff. Candu says the elite order completed. Well done, you. Super, super, super well done. Roy said that you take about 40 chlorella a day. In what form? Powder or capsules? These are capsules. So imagine this. Imagine that the 98% of these supplements that are out there in the world, imagine they work like this, the synthetic stuff. That you want your nutrients to be able to get delivered to the parts of the body where they're needed. Now imagine this. Imagine that you're writing a letter and you've written a letter to a loved one or a family member. And in that letter, you really want that letter to arrive at the destination. This is like the nutrient arriving. Oh, cheers, dude. Arriving at the destination. Now, let me ask you this question. If you're taking nutrients in the body, do you want them to arrive at their needed destination? Yes or no? Just type that in the chat. Let me just see where you guys are at. Do you want them to arrive at their needed destination? Of course you do. Claudia says yes. Of course. Yes. Kenny says yeah. Of course we do. So if you've written a letter to a loved one, do you want that to arrive at its destination? Yes or no? Because we're going to compare the two so you get this metaphor. Of course. Now, you've written the letter. You put your heart and soul in the letter. But now you put the letter in an envelope, but you don't write the address on the envelope, and you don't write the name on the envelope, and you don't put a stamp on the envelope. What's the chance of that letter arriving at its end destination? 0%. This is what happens with 98% of the other supplements on the market. You take them in the body, and because of the way that they're processed and the way that they're created, there's no life form in it. The body doesn't know what to do with it, so it eliminates it. But now you're clogging up the system. You're draining the body of energy. You're putting something toxic in the body. So as I said, you pay for it twice. The way ours work are, you've written the letter. You know you want that to arrive at the destination, i.e. you've put the nutrient in the body. Now you're writing the name on the envelope. You're writing the address on the envelope. You put a stamp on it, and you seal it, and you post it. Do you 100% expect that letter to arrive at the destination? Of course you do, 100%. It's the same with our stuff. You put them in the body, it acts exactly the way nature does. Our technology is called, I didn't even talk about this yet. We call it the Superfood Matrix Delivery System Technology. It's unique to us. So what it means is that, quality of superfoods, you've got to get superfoods in your body. The matrix works like, if let's say that there's vitamin C in nature. What you'll see, let's say that you've got, so let's say I've got an orange and I give everyone a piece of this orange. Now, we all use our bodies in different ways. So what would the matrix be within that orange? It will be vitamin C, bioflavonoids, lipids, proteins, carbohydrates, all these different things that form the matrix. We put it in the body, and the body, so say like I'm just choosing, like say Claudia, she might need some bioflavonoids up here. I might need some lipids down here. Although we're eating the same food, our bodies will use that food differently. How's that if I'm making sense? Perfect. So now what happens is when you take our stuff in the body, depending on where those nutrients are needed around the body knows exactly where to deliver those nutrients. Most people have never had anything like this go in their bodies in a lifetime. You start to put this in the body, I'm telling you now, game changer. So, are there, and also, just want to show you these. James kindly brought these in. So these are the Chlorella, but as I said, I'm pretty extreme, so you guys don't need to be anywhere near as extreme as me. So that, I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, so that's our Chlorella. So they're just literally just cold pressed. How many eggs would you recommend one should have in a week? None. I live on 100% plant food. An egg is a chicken's period. I wouldn't recommend taking eggs into the body at all. Sorry, Naz, but that's a very direct answer. What I recommend putting in the body are superfoods, because an egg, wherever you're getting them from, they're now going to contain about 30% salmonella. And when you put an egg in the body, it's creating acid. Whichever way you look at it, it's creating acid in the body. So I'm sorry to be that blunt, but yeah, no, I wouldn't recommend any eggs. I just wouldn't. There are far more intelligent ways to be getting protein in the body. And you can do like scrambled eggs and all this stuff, like plant-based ways, using bruised yeast. And there's a whole heap of things that you can do. So for those of you that have registered, they're going to get posted out tomorrow. Remember, order it now. And the last thing you want to be doing is starving your body from live nutrients. Now you've seen this, ignorance isn't bliss. And when people say, oh, ignorance is bliss, no, ignorance is going to hurt you. Ignorance is going to have you go into survival mode. We want you in the thriving mode. So please do honor the cells in your body. Please give them what they need. And remember, all they need is oxygen, water, nutrients. That's it. You start to give the body what it needs and just watch the magic of life breathing through you at a higher level. So I really do hope that this has served you. I hope that you've got some value from this. For those of you that have ordered, get ready to give yourselves a cosmic party, because it's coming in. It's like there have been times when I've been abroad and I've decided to stay abroad longer, just because, for whatever reason, and I ran out of superfoods, and it was like being unplugged. I didn't get ill, I didn't break down, but when you're used to vibrating in such a high frequency, and your brain power and your focus is unshakable, and then you lower and you go down, you're like, hang on a minute, no, I want to get back up here. Because most people live down here, they don't know that this stuff up here is even available. So please do feel into whether you feel that this is going to be a good offer for you and your loved ones. And I can tell you now, I truly believe that this will be the best nutritional investment that you've ever made in yourself, ever. So give yourself a beautiful gift. Decide what pack is going to be right for you. Get yourself registered. Get on this stuff. As I said, you've got nothing to lose. If you register on this, remember, you're going to get 2 Supercharge Your Life tickets. That's worth £2,000. And that's the Supercharged live event, when we can start to do that. And whenever we can run it, I'll just keep your invitation open. Now, the other thing is the 50 to E-Class world-class coaching sessions. You're going to get full lifetime access to that. You can go and buy that on our site right now for $3,000. If you take this offer for one of those bundle packs, we're going to give that to you as well. Claudia says, please make a couple of food preparing cooking recipe videos. You got it. I will do. Definitely. It'd be a pleasure to do that. And if you do go on our YouTube channel, we're showing how to use the superfoods, how to make superfood smoothies, how to supercharge a juice. Go to our YouTube channel now. Just get registered on there. Do hit the subscription and the bell notification so that as we're launching new ones, you get them immediately. We've just put up there a 21-day miracle meditation. Just go through that meditation for 21 days. It's awesome. It starts to change the way that you start to communicate and respond to life. And you get to find that miracle that is within you. Because all I want to be able to do is to bring out what's already here. You've got the whole universe residing within you. You don't have to go and find it. It is you. But if you're taking dead foods in, if you're living an acidic lifestyle and you're breaking down, then there's things to learn. And this is why I'm here, is to be able to share with you what I've truly learned, what's worked for me, what's worked for tens of thousands of people around the world, and what I know can really work for you as well. And that first choice is feeding the body what it needs. So get yourself on this stuff, start to notice the difference by putting it in the body. And as I said, this isn't a gimmick. This is the real deal. So I really do. I hope that this has served you. For those of you that are in Club Supercharged, I'll be seeing you live at 7:30 in the morning for Supercharged Yoga. So from myself and James, we really do hope that you've got value from this. We love you dearly. Please stay in your heart and remember what's true and bring that truth out. Because here's what I truly believe is in the truth, we can find our freedom. And here's what I also believe. Selling is serving when it's in the truth. Julie says, if I sign up for a one-time delivery, can it be changed to auto-renew later? Yes, absolutely. Honestly, what you're going to notice with our company is we're a family company. And all we want to do is grow our family and help as many people around the world become supercharged. So yes, the answer to that, Julie, is 100% yes. Thank you for beaming in from all over the world, and live strong, live healthy, live long. Make sure you live now with the nutrients, oxygen, and water for now. Roy says, and auto renew later at discount price. What does that mean? Roy, do you want to come on and tell what that means? Just unmute yourself. Come and talk to me, my friend. What does that mean? Talk to me.
You're giving us a discounted price right now. If we auto renew later, will the discounted current discount?
Oh yeah.
That's what I meant.
Oh yeah. I'm not going to suddenly like push the price up like sneakily. No. If you guys get it now, it's going to be frozen at that price, 100%. Yeah.
Even if we don't auto renew initially, but auto renew at the end of the first month.
Yes, 100%. Yes, my friend. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Awesome. Thank you. Ella says, great knowledge. Thank you. I would like to join your mailing list and updates with a view of collaborating. Maybe I will email you. So if you email James or Ben at Skip Archimedes, then that will go to one of the teams. So just do that. Email James or Ben at skiparchimedes.com. Naz says, I missed the beginning of the webinar. What did you mean by Supercharged Yoga? How do I join in? So there is, James, have you got the Club Supercharged link that you can put in there? So basically what happened is when lockdown...
I will get it now.
Thanks, buddy. When lockdown first happened, I just decided that I was going to give away yoga every single day. I didn't miss a day for 9 months straight. And I'm giving it away. We put no ad spend behind it. I just want to see what would happen naturally and organically. After 9 months, I got a download to say, that's it. You're not giving it away for free anymore. People can watch the replay. So I stopped doing it, and people were like, oh my God, no, you can't stop doing it. I need it every single morning. I'm like, go and do the replays. And they're like, no, it's not the same. We need you. And I was like, I said to the team, I said, look, a lot of people really want us to carry on. So what happened is we've created a club called Club Supercharged. And what that is every day at 7:30 UK time, and Sunday so we do 7:30 for about half an hour. And it's a supercharged yoga routine. It is so powerful. It's such a beautiful gift to give yourself on a daily basis. Sunday, we do Sunday soulful session. So today we did an hour. Wednesday, we do a workout Wednesday, and James does a fitness Friday as well. So it's gifts that you can give your body, and we do it live. And it works out at the moment, if you get it, if you go and click that link that's in there, it works out at £25 a month. It's less than £1 a day. It is the biggest no-brainer offer we've ever given out. So that way you get to be with us pretty much every single day, sometimes twice a day, and it's £25. That's it. And if you book, and you can book it for a year, and as I said, we're just going to be there every single, just on a regular basis, making sure that you're doing what's needed so that you get supercharged. Because what makes the body weak is decreased workload. So I really do hope that you've got value from this. How long have we got to order? So basically, Julie, Barry is, as I said, if you haven't, Barry's got a chance to send it out tomorrow. So you want to order it now, or definitely within the next 24 hours, because Barry leaves the warehouse Tuesday and then he's not going to be back until the 4th. And so you've got sort of, 24 hours to get that offer, to get them sent out to you. So I really do hope that you've got value from this. And for those of you that, if you click that link for Club Supercharged, you could come and join us tomorrow. So I really do hope to see you all again soon. Keep that festive spirit. Don't allow any of this madness to affect your human spirit. It's the best thing that you've got. It really is. So from James, himself, and the rest of the team, we love you all. Live strong, live healthy, live long. Make sure you live now with the nutrients, oxygen, and water.